Previously on Town Hall 10 Free to Play, we looked at my Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 11 Clan War League mismatches. Today we're on an adventure to look at a sweet new 3-star army. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 20 of the Town Hall 10 Free-to-Play series. This is that series where we took a max Town Hall 6, and we played through Town Hall 7, Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9, and now we are 45 days into Town Hall 10. So what that means exactly is that if you are a lower Town Hall level than Town Hall 10, make sure you go back and check out the playlist for those respective Town Hall levels. Maybe answer some of the questions that you've been asking in the previous weeks. We are not going back to Town Hall 9 anytime soon. We are moving forward, guys. This is a progression series. So if you are currently a Town Hall 10 or a new Town Hall 10, make sure that you go back earlier in the series to check out for those farming armies or the upgrade priority lists and stuff like that, because we've already done that stuff and we're starting to work our way into some of the 3-star strategies for clan war and trophy pushing. So we are on an adventure today over here in Built to War. I was invited over here by a couple of guys in this clan. They wanted to show off an army that they've been working with, golems and P.E.K.K.A.s and hog riders, maybe some bat spells. It's kind of crazy, and it kind of works out with where I'm at right now in this series, because my P.E.K.K.A.s are going to level 6 in the next 19 hours. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And so what that means is next in our upgrade priority list was the hog riders. So we're going to be taking our hog riders up to level 6, and I think we have the dark elixir to do so. And you're also going to notice that we have both king and queen back under upgrade, as well as our inferno towers. And no, I was not able to finish all my walls in one day. I tried really hard. We have like 46 pieces of wall remaining. I know, I failed. Okay, so the army that we're going to take a look at today has 2 golems, 19 hog riders, and 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, as well as 4 of the bat spells and a wall wrecker that houses the bowlers. I know this is a heavyweight advanced Town Hall 10 army. This is a lot, guys. Those heroes are high level. But one of the things that we will do at the end of the video is I'm going to go embarrass myself and use my low level troops and see if we can accomplish this army without heroes against my max Town Hall 10. I just want to see what we can do and whether we can pick up this army quick, or is it going to be requiring certain things. More than likely, it's going to definitely require those heroes as well as the wall wrecker. I feel like this attack is going to be very dependent on that wall wrecker. All right, so this base design is an anti 3-star design. We have multiple replays of different base designs that we're going to look at today. And so when you have to deal with hog riders, you need to make sure that you clear out clan castle troops. You got to have a plan to get rid of the queen, and you also need to make sure that you eliminate wizard towers. Wizard towers versus hogs is never really a good thing. The same thing applies with your bomb towers. So our attacker is going to come in through the top left side of the base, targeting this multi-target inferno tower. Looks like we have a few wizard towers, and the wall wrecker needs to get to about this point right here where the clan castle's at to also eliminate another bomb tower. So the way this army works is we're going to start out with a golem on one side to start setting the funnel on the left side, and we're going to drop a golem on the far right side or the top corner to start clearing out buildings up there with wizards backing them up. And so you're going to notice the timing in between. We're going to make sure that these buildings get cleared out along this point across the base and make sure that everything is nice and funneled. That way our heroes go inside the base. So you'll notice that that wall wrecker is leading the way, and then you're going to see the 2 P.E.K.K.A.s as well as the 2 heroes drop back behind the wall wrecker, and they're going to work their way into the core of this base, taking down the first inferno tower, and then they're going to target that wizard tower. The clan castle troops have been pulled. Looks like we have a baby dragon, we have a witch, we have some archers, and you'll notice that there is a poison spell as well as a freeze spell in this location. The freeze spell is mainly intended to save the life of that wall wrecker, because we need that wall wrecker to get to this point right here where the queen is located. All right, so we got freeze spell down. The heroes are working on the enemy clan castle troops. Queen's taking out the baby dragon. King's ability is going to be used, and the wall wrecker is going to be popped in this location. Notice the rage spell as well as the heal spell. This is intended to keep the bowlers alive and keep them beefed up, and that way they're going to take down this queen as well as eliminating multiple defenses in this location. There's also a giant in there as well. Giant finds a spring trap, and he is no longer with us, and you'll notice that a bulk of those major defenses have been taken out. That multi-target's gone, the wizard towers are all gone, as well as the bomb towers. So with this section down here on the bottom side of the base, you're going to notice that there is only 1 wizard tower. You have a multi-target, but it's set to single target mode, so this plays a major role. And so we have 2 groups of hogs coming in. One group coming in on this air defense and another group moving in on this double cannon location. We only have 1 heal spell in this composition, and then you have bat spells for the other side of the base. So we have have to make sure that we use that heal spell in the right location, and more than likely, and I'm just going off of what my own assessment would be, I would imagine that that heal spell would be placed right about here where this wizard tower is located. So let's see what they do. We got the hogs moving in. They're going to take on the double cannon. They're going to move into that inferno tower. There goes the heal spell where the wizard tower is placed, and then on the top side of the base, you're going to see a group of bats, or a group of bat spells, the bat wave, if you will, coming in on the backside, going into a hidden Tesla, an air defense, a bomb tower. Notice that there are no wizard towers in this location. There cannot be any wizard towers with the use of bats. If you have to use bats, you have to have free spells to go in conjunction with them if you have to go into a wizard tower. So that is why this was successful, and in my opinion, it was a really nice attack, but it was also just the base design really gave it up. All those wizard towers being on one side of the base really opens up the other side for the hogs and the bats to be successful. But regardless, Kurt does a phenomenal job here with the elimination of this base. So we're going to go ahead and speed it up. That way you can see the army for yourself. And we're going to take a look at a different replay on an anti-2-star or a centralized town hall location base. That way you can get to see how that one was taken on. But this is how you would deal with an anti-3-star design with those component or those defensive components. For this next replay, we have a centralized town hall, and these base designs are quite common. A lot of players use bases like this. I think a little bit more than they use the anti-3-star designs, but that's just based on my experience over the years, and a lot more common bases look like this. Now, when we look for the defenses that we identified in the previous replay, we're looking for those inferno tower placements, and we're looking for those wizard tower placements, as well as the bomb towers and the clan castle and the archer queen. That's a lot of stuff to look for, but they're all located right here in the core of this base. This kind of makes it a little easy for us. But when we're trying to decide a point of entry, we want to make sure that we bring our kill squad in to get the most value out of them. The kill squad being the golems, the wizards, the wall wrecker, the king, and the queen. And we want to try to get in and get rid of the clan castle troops, the archer queen, and at least 2 of the 4 wizard towers, and possibly a bomb tower. So we're going to come in on this location up here because it's moving everything directly to a location that has all of those defenses. So we're going to start out in the same exact sequence with the 2 golems placed to block the fire from the cannon and the archer tower, and then you're going to see wizards drop back behind them. Notice the placement of those golems. That's incredibly important. And then you're going to see the wall wrecker placed, then the 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, and then the barb king and the archer queen. And they are going to lead the way. The wizards are going to clear the exterior buildings. That way everything focuses towards the core. We got that wall wrecker trying to open up the next compartment. It's being targeted by the single target inferno tower. We got a poison spell dropped, as well as a freeze spell to deal with the clan castle troops, and the same thing applied with the rage and the heal spell for the bowlers. And they're going to work on taking out both of the wizard towers, as well as the bomb tower and an inferno tower. Both of the golems are going to kick on the outsides of the base. This is actually a good thing because they're going to tie up some of the defenses for our bowlers and our heroes. And everything's going to basically move down towards the left side of the screen, heading towards the other defenses. And then what Kurt's going to do is start flanking in some hog riders to target, looks like a mortar as well as an archer tower, while the P.E.K.K.A.s are being targeted by that next inferno tower. So we're losing the tanky unit in the P.E.K.K.A., so we have to basically back it up by dropping hogs to get in there and take down that defense as quickly as possible. So we got hogs moving in from the left side of your screen, going in on a mortar as well as an archer tower and a cannon, and they're going to work their way towards the core. We got the golems leading the way for the bowlers. They are taking a lot of firepower, and they're dealing with a lot of defenses at the same time. We're going to see the hogs get into the core location, taking out the first wizard tower, and then you're going to see that heal spell placed. That is incredibly important because the hogs are moving into the final wizard tower as well as the bomb tower. Now notice the placement of the bat spells, and in relation to that final wizard tower, there is no other splash damage available. The final wizard tower went down, and then the bat spells were dropped. So notice that because there's no freeze spells in the composition. So the bats are going to come across the base and basically help the hogs out. So if the hogs fail, the bats will finish up this base and take down the remaining defenses, and what was left was a cannon and an archer tower. So it's a little bit of an overkill here with both hogs and bats, but it's really, really cool because if the hogs fail, the bats will help out and finish out the base. And that's really what I need you to take away from this attack, is that if one thing fails, there's always something else there to take down the remaining defenses, and that's just basically the story of this attack strategy. But you remember the timing there. There's some timing factors that you have to pay attention to between the drops of the golems and when the wall wrecker was placed. We have to make sure that we get those exterior buildings cleared out at the beginning in the entry point to make sure that everything targets the core like you want it to do in order to be successful. So the bats are going to take down that final Dark Elixir storage, and there's your army. We're going to take a look at one more replay before we go live. For our final replay, we're going to take a look at this attack here by Warrior Tide. Now, the one thing about this attack that really raised questions at the end was the fact that we really need the bat spells. It kind of raised a serious question there because this base is going to fall without the use of the bat spells. They're basically going to be swagged at the end. Now, this base design is pretty common. We've seen this one quite a bit. And when we look at the defenses, or look for those defenses that we identified in the previous two attacks, we're looking for those Inferno Towers. We got both of those set on multi-target mode. These are very, very dangerous for hogs and bats. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4 wizard towers, and they're spread out across the base, 2 on the top side and 2 on the bottom side. And the bomb towers are placed on the left and right of the base. So these are all dangerous locations for the hog riders and the bats. Now we're going to come up through the bottom side of this base because the town hall is placed on the top side, and so you're going to see both of the golems dropped as well as the P.E.K.K.A.s. These golems are going to take a lot of firepower from an archer tower. We got mortars, we have wizard towers, and we have an X-bow. And you're going to notice that the troops are placed in a location to eliminate exterior buildings. That way everything just kind of funnels in behind this wall wrecker, and the wall wrecker's dropped in the very bottom side of the base with the king and the queen backing them up. Now, with the placement of the clan castle and the archer queen, we know that we need to get that wall wrecker all the way to the core of this base. So we need to make sure that we try to clear out as many defenses as possible to grant entry for that wall wrecker. Now, everything is funneled directly into the core. We have that Inferno Tower going down. Looks like we have clan castle troops, poison spell dropped, queen's in there, the king's ability is going to be used, and we're basically trying to preserve the life of that wall wrecker to try to get it to the next location, which is this top side of the base. So really, almost 50% of the base has been cleared with just the kill squad alone. That's a lot of base being taken out by the kill squad. We have skelly traps chasing that wall wrecker, and the wall wrecker is not going to make it all the way to the opposite side of the base, but we're also going to see that rage and heal spell drop. And notice the bowlers just completely gut out the remaining defenses in this zone. I mean, this is realistically speaking an overkill of a kill squad because this is a lot of base. 60% taken out by the kill squad alone. A little bit OP right here. And notice we're going to see our hog riders flanking in to go into the hidden Tesla farm location, which is on the top side of the base, as well as a heal spell to keep our hogs going. The golem is sitting on that Inferno Tower and is in fact going to take it out once it dies. Once it drops down into a golemite or into 2 golemites, the splash damage from that golem is going to eliminate that Inferno Tower, which leaves nothing else for the bats to target. That's it. No bat spells required for this attack. So, I mean, really, really heavy army, really, really strong army, but regardless, this is a very solid army template to go off of if you're learning ground attacks. Those golems really work out great. Now, if you have to deal with single targets, golems don't do so well against those, nor do P.E.K.K.A.s, but versus multi-target, I mean, as you can see here, we got a bat wave going across the base and just basically pummeling. So, beautiful attack here by Warrior Tide. We're going to go ahead and get into a live attack now. Okay, so those were some amazing attacks, and I absolutely adore those guys for allowing me to come over and record their content. But now it's time to do a little bit of compare and contrast. They had some amazing maxed out troops over there. They had maxed out level heroes. Now, when we look at our army, we are kind of coming up a little short here. We got level 4 golems, we got level 5 hogs, we got level 5 P.E.K.K.A.s. But most of all, we do not have our heroes. So if you're asking yourself whether you can do this attack strategy without heroes, the answer is definitely not. It's just not going to be possible. And you only have level 1 bat spells in this composition as well. But I'm going to show you the example just to show it. We're just going to do a little bit of compare and contrast. So we have this base here. And so I like this base because you have 3 of the wizard towers on the top side, and then you have 2 Inferno towers in 2 different compartments. So we should be able to get in here, take down the clan castle as well as the archer queen. but I changed the parameters just a little bit. In the CC, I added an Electro Dragon. I had to. It was just one of those things that stood out in the back of my head in those previous attacks. So let's just go ahead and get in here and show you what could happen if you are unknowing, you don't have a queen, and you don't have the parameters that you saw in the previous replays. We have an Electro Dragon. So we're going to come in on the top side because I like the fact that we can get rid of some of those wizard towers. And let's go ahead and drop a golem over here. Let's go ahead and place our wizard, and let's drop a wizard here. Let's drop another golem on this side. Remember, we're setting the funnel here. We got to set that funnel. So we got those wizards drop back behind to clear out some buildings and make sure that everything goes where we want it to go. Let's go ahead and place that wall wrecker so that way we can clear everything out nice and pretty for our P.E.K.K.A.s. But remember, this is the point where we start to drop heroes. We should be dropping 2 P.E.K.K.A.s right here, and we should be placing a king and a queen behind that. But we don't have that king and the queen. So what do we do now? Well, this isn't going to look very pretty, guys. I'm just going to throw it out there. This is not going to be pretty at all. The sequence has been met so far, but here comes that E-Drag. So now we got an E-Drag. Let's go ahead and freeze this location. Let's go ahead and drop the poison spell. Let's go ahead and drop the rage spell. We were a little slow on that. The bowlers are going to get zapped by the E-Drag. The reason why this is such a problem is because there's no queen to eliminate that E-Drag. The E-Drag is, you know, it's kind of distracted right now. It's distracted on other troops. The queen should be back here eliminating that balloon and E-Drags. And this is where things just kind of go wrong. You just, with that E-Drag still going, it's going to continue to eliminate troops no matter what you do. We can flank in hogs. We can use our heal spells. I didn't use a heal spell on the bowlers in the beginning like I was supposed to. But honestly, it really and truly didn't matter regardless because the E-Drag is still flying. It's still in the air. It's still up there going. So our hogs are going to be able to take out multiple buildings here. The hogs are going to get to the core where there appears to be a hidden Tesla farm location, and we can go ahead and try to flank in some bats to try to help things out, but it really truly doesn't matter because Wizard Tower is tied up on the hogs, but the E-Drag is going to eliminate these hogs. So, I mean, I just have to show you what could be. It's just one of those things. This is what could be. Now, we could try to secure the 2-star with whatever troops we have left. We have 47%. Those bats were completely a waste of time because they were too low a level anyways to take on this maxed out level Wizard Tower, even though the Wizard Tower was distracted on hogs, but the hogs got zapped. So we're able to walk away with a very even 50% 2-star, but that's what could happen if you don't have heroes and you have to deal with an Electro Dragon. Queen would have taken the E-Drag out, but this is the army that we used, and this is the army that we took a look at earlier in the video. Outstanding 3-star strategy. Don't base it on this attack alone. This is just a compare and contrast. So hopefully you were able to get something out of the video today, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Turn on those notifications if you enjoy watching us every single day. And if you need any additional video support, click one of those links over there. We will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.